name's Daniel. I'm 14 years old. I burnt Chrissy up in the first round, and the rest of you are going to be left eating my dust.
I like that Dan's with us even when he's not with us.
He's with us in spirit. May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
I see Daniel everywhere I go. Every time I hear on the smiling face of every child. I can't remember how that goes. Hello, internet.
Hello.
Yes, his voice on the sound of the wind. We are live streaming. We are live. Testing, doing a thing, checking stability. We seem stable.
Ooh.
Cool. Let's give it a minute.
Not mentally.
Let's wake up a little bit. Pounding Monster Energy like a crazy person. Like I'm fucking 20.
I'm drinking my Beaner like I'm 5.
LFG. Governor Mitch. Evening.
Evening, Governor.
Evening, Governor. I'll do.
Glug, 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 glug.
It's funny you say that, Tim.
It is. It's not.
Because I do have right next to me, I haven't used this yet. I do have a glug jug.
A glug jug?
Glug jug.
Glug, 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 glug.
Yeah, so when you pour water out of it, it goes glug, 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 glug.
Yep.
Glug jug. But I'm
Why are you drinking out of a glug jug?
I'm not. I'm drinking out of a glass.
Okay.
But I'm going to use that as a vase because I think that's a cool looking. I think the glug jug has got a cooler aesthetic for flowers sticking out of a fish mouth.
It looks like you've assaulted a fish with a bunch of flowers.
Maybe I have bunch of flowers. Or maybe I have, Tim. Maybe I have. Shall we do a podcast?
Why not?
It's me waking up. It's me trying so hard to pretend I've not had.
Yeah. If I fall asleep during the podcast, don't wake me up.
Oh, it's a flat Pepsi. Oh well.
The best kind of
Needs
Pepsi.
must. Yes. Okay. We are everything. Just double checking, making sure it's all fine. Okay. We're good.
Fine.
We're good. Let's go.
It's okay.
Episode 4.
Ahoy, hoy.
Greetings, Dog! Do you wish to look as happy as Dog? Well, you've got the power inside Dog right now. So use it and send one Dog to Happy Dog, 742 Evergreen Terrace, Springfield. Don't delay. Eternal happiness is just a dog away.
We'll do it live.
BRB UK.
Do it live.
Worse teeth, better accents.
We'll do it live.
Hello and welcome to episode 648 of BRB UK. It is a podcast for BigRedBarrel.com where we talk about video games with a lovely British tone because that's our accents, because we're British. I'm Common. Hi! No Dan this week, but we do have a Tim, the ever faithful Tim Hibbs. Hello, Tim.
Hello. How are you, Mr.
Hello.
Coleman?
Tired, but gonna fight through it because it's Gamescom week.
Oh, games coming
Means
up.
we got, which means there's new stuff for us to talk about. But first, if you were to exit a tree, that's how you should do it. But first, we're going to talk about the games we done played. Which Tim, you are the one who has played the done games because I only done played Hellclock. We can't talk about that 3 weeks running now.
Again. No.
No.
Although I was meaning to play other things this week. I was going to go back to Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers because it's had its update. And I beat the boss I was stuck on before the update. So I wasn't too bothered about that. And I've explored quite a bit more of the game. But I want to go back and see what changes have been made from that. But I haven't had time this week. Partly because I was going to play something else. But then I didn't play that either. So I was going to play Sword of the Sea, which I've downloaded on my PlayStation 5 and have ready to go, which I'll probably talk about for next week. But
Tim,
it's because...
editor's note for the future.
Yes.
Just talk about the games you played.
I know. But the reason I didn't play either of those things was because something Shadow dropped the other day that I was kind of interested in checking out and have liked it so much that I haven't played anything else this week. So Shadow dropped, I think it was announced by Xbox at some point over Gamescom, or it was announced somewhere at Gamescom that it was out now, and was available on Game Pass day one. And that is The Rogue Prince of Persia. Now, anyone that doesn't know, it is a roguelike, or roguelite? Light, because it's got some progression that carries over from run to run. So it's a roguelike 2D action platformer. And I think the main selling point, if you're seeing the video version, you can see this as it happens, but one of the main selling points is that there is wall running in a 2D game.
Oh, cool.
Which obviously means it's got a bit of 3D depth to it. But that does actually work surprisingly well. The traversal, and this is an action platforming game, and I spoke about Shinobi last week, where I accepted that was a very well made game, but that I probably wouldn't buy it and I wouldn't like it that much, basically, because it's got challenging. There's going to be some synergy between the two, but I'm going a different path just to give you spoilers. But there's some very challenging platforming in this game, and there's some good action combat stuff. And I have similar misgivings about this, but I'm able to get over them because the game is so good. It's not just good, it is in the level of greatness or above, basically. It's really well made. As I said, the wall running stuff is a nice little addition. It feels like a thing that we've only really seen in 3D games before, that they've managed to insert in this and do a good job of bringing that in and making it feel that it works well and goes alongside the kind of the general platforming within the game. It feels very much like it is in the Prince of Persia universe, and kind of takes from that in terms of it, the platforming, and particularly like going up on kind of the poles and being able to loop around them and jump on top of them and jump from pole to pole. Like it feels like it's got some of the DNA of a Prince of Persia style game. And obviously it's a 2D platformer, so that kind of harks back to the old school Prince of Persia games. But it also feels very much fresh and like its own thing, and like it's obviously borrowed a bit from popular roguelikes in recent years. Hades being the one that kind of it seems most similar to. Like you've got a weapon and then a kind of tool, as they call them, which is really like a subclass weapon type thing. And you pick up various different ones of those at the start of your run through, and then you can pick up alternatives to them as you go, basically. So you get into the same rhythm as you do in like a Hades or another similar roguelike, where you're like, okay, I'm in a good place now. I've got the weapons I like. I've picked up a few good upgrades. There's like medallions that add different things to, like they might add to your weapon damage or the speed at which you move and all this type of thing. But generally they'll have like a left half and a right half in a lot of the medallions. And if you have both of them, it gives you an extra bonus on top of the bonus for each of them. So yeah, that just seems to work quite well. The weapons all seem quite distinct, but there's not any of them that I'm like, I absolutely hate that weapon. There's definitely some of my ones I prefer in preference, like the axe is pretty good because it deals with enemies quite quickly, and it seems harder for them to counter. And there's definitely tools that I prefer as well, and there's combinations that I prefer together as well. But then there's like kind of cursed medallions that have like a drawback to them, as well as like a positive side, which we've seen in other games before as well. Like there's nothing from that side of things that I think is doing anything particularly unique, but it's all put together really well. Like I quite like the graphical art style. Again, it's not anything like innovative, but it looks good, and it looks good in motion. It's a kind of cell shaded look to it. The presentation side of things, apart from that, is where it's a little lacking. It feels like, not and it's not a AAA game, and it's not priced that way, but it doesn't feel like a full quality game in terms of some of the presentation side of things. It's very much like two characters talking to each other and just the screen coming up, like having a little avatar of them, and then the text coming up on screen. It's not voice acted and that side of things. But that's about the only thing that really lets it down. Like, I really like the platforming, despite the fact it is a bit challenging in places for me, but not so much so that I'm getting massively frustrated with it. I can see some people possibly not taking to the roguelike element well, but it does enough to go, okay, but I may have failed there, but I've unlocked this and I got this. It's got this really nice system of like evolving different like clues to the story as you go through, and you've got a thing called a mind map where it will go, okay, you figured this thing out, now you need to, like, there's these different branches of, and they're usually things you can discover in the environment. Like, for one of them, it's like the first example you come across is you find evidence that someone's been kidnapped from possibly like your family. Like, you are the prince, obviously, and there's the royal family, so it's either someone from your family or someone in your court that's been kidnapped, and you're not sure who it is, and then you find a clue about who it is in the next zone, and so that adds to your mind map, and you go, okay, I now know who it is, I now need to rescue this person, and that kind of gives the next stage of the mind map.
Right.
And then it's not quite Metroidvania in the way that it's unlocking different areas, but you'll find, like, again, another clue in a different area that will then unlock an area that you can get to. Initially, that's like a couple of different entrances that you can go through from the first, like, hub area. But then as you're subsequently going through the levels, it will be more than one exit from that level that you can then take the choice of which path you go through. But they'll be scattered throughout the level, and it's kind of split in the level. So you could find one entrance and go, okay, that's not where I want to go now, so I'll carry on exploring until I find the entrance. And the layout does vary from run to run. So the only thing I don't like about that is sometimes, especially if you're dropping down from screen to screen, you won't necessarily know if there's a spike trap below you, and so you can just drop straight down into a spike trap, and it doesn't seem like there's anything to clue you into the fact that that was something that you needed to avoid. Right. But like, it does quite a nice thing that the traversal doesn't get annoying, because even when there's like a dead end where you've like gone through the level and there's nothing to traverse from there, there'll be a little kind of checkpoint that's a kind of little dome thing where you can then fast travel between any of those that you found throughout the level. So you can just, once you get to the end of the path, you don't have to work your way back. You can just fast travel back to the next connecting node and then go on from the alternate path that you could have gone otherwise. And it does a nice little animation where he falls into it or falls backwards into it, which seems very Prince of Persia as well.
I wanted to say, because I've mentioned this to a couple of people about this new Prince of Persia game, and it seems to have gone by the wayside, which is a bit surprising because A, it's a Ubisoft published title, and B, it's a very long-standing IP, being the Prince of Persia. But I think what's happened is, because we had a 2D Metroidvania Prince of Persia, 2 years ago, 1 year ago?
Yeah, and
time is a
I
flat
think it's
circle.
getting confused with that.
Yeah, exactly. But then also, this has been in early access for about a year on PC.
Okay.
I don't know if it has been on Xbox, but on PC. So this is like the release, the 1.0 version. Yeah. So any kind of, like, it's not like this just suddenly they went, hey, Shadow Drop, like, big surprise, look at this cool game. This has been for a while, like, this has been in the public conscious, but not very popular for some reason. So I was a bit surprised, because when you said the Rogue Prince of Persia, I was like, what the hell is that? I had to look it up. I went, this is completely passed me by, or I probably would have picked this up a year ago.
Yeah, but I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, and I think you would like it even more. Like, I think it's probably a really good little game. Like, it's got some other, like, really good plus points as well. Like, the combat's pretty good. I like the enemy variety. as I said, it does well at rewarding you with progression and various different things unlock, and there's various different upgrade trees that are all like separate, and you have like different nodes that you can do, and you can reset them at any time, and that seems to encourage experimentation or encourage like something that you might want to key more for what you're actually trying to take on in the levels. And also, they said this. I saw a little thing where the devs were talking about the release of the game, and they said, and I didn't believe them, so I'm going to just emphasize this point a little bit. They said that the soundtrack is absolutely banging, and it's a mixture of Persian kind of riffs with a modern sort of electronic funky taste on it. And oh my God, is this soundtrack banging? Like, it's a really good little soundtrack.
Can stick that in the outro music?
Yeah, again, was not expecting to like it as much as I do, but like, yeah, all of it just adds up to a really good little game. Like, I wouldn't go mad and say, oh my God, it's my game of the year. But, like, it caught me a bit by surprise, and I think it will catch a few other people by surprise. And if you're at all tempted by a 2D Prince of Persia roguelike, then definitely pick it up. Because I really like it as a little package. I think it's a really good little game.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
So this is on Game Pass, as we've said. So you can play it on PC and you can play it on Xbox via Game Pass. Assuming on an Ally, ROG Ally in October. Yep. But I want to play this on my Steam Deck, and it is priced at $24.99. At that price, would you say this is worth it?
From what I've seen so far, and I've only got to like the first boss fight, and I failed pretty heavily at that so far, and I think it'll take me a while to get through that. And that's lasted me 3-4 hours. And that's like the third level in a thing where it's got different branching paths, and it's hinting at there being about 8 levels in the game by the kind of progress bar that goes through as you're going through. So I think there's quite a bit of game in there for that money, and I think it would be well suited for a handheld. I'm a tiny bit worried it might come across as a bit small, just because I was playing it on a big screen and the characters don't take up a huge, massive proportion of the game. But I think it does. It's okay at sort of telegraphing things. As I said, apart from when you're dropping down levels into a spike pit, it does pretty well at telegraphing what's going on, and I don't think that would be a major issue. And I think they would have to possibly adjust the font a little bit for it to be comfortable. But other than that,
I have fantastic eyesight.
Well, that's good. That's fine. But other than that, like as I said, I do think there's enough game there to warrant that price. If you've got access to it on Game Pass, give it a try there, see if you like it, and then possibly double dip would be my advice on that. But yeah, as I said, it comes with a very strong recommendation from someone that doesn't necessarily take to these type of games. And if you would ask me if which one I would prefer between a remake of Shinobi and a rogue Prince of Persia game, a roguelike Prince of Persia game, I would have bet all my money on it being the Shinobi of the two, and that's not the case. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we got such a big recommendation from you this week. Okay, so that's the Rogue Prince of Persia. It's available now. It's on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, $24.99, or available on Game Pass. I'm assuming that's Game Pass Ultimate. That's usually what the big releases are.
Couldn't tell.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who could tell?
I think I've got Ultimate, so yes, possibly.
Tim, it's Gamescom over in Cologne,
Oh, yeah.
Germany. And we love Gamescom. I love the idea of Gamescom. You haven't been to Gamescom, have you?
I've never been. No,
No, me neither. We should do that.
back in the day of Sarcastic Gamer. Let's sit down. It's story time. Back in the day of Sarcastic Gamer, we got offered the chance for a couple of us to go to Gamescom.
We've done that on Big Red Barrel.
Yep.
We've sent people.
Yes. But as in like a paid trip to go over there. Someone else is paying for a couple of people to go there. And I just come back from going and seeing Dragon Age 2 for at BioWare. So I was like, I won't put myself forward for this one. Other people can do so. So I think Mr. Pillow for Matt Jones himself and John Brady
of IGN fame.
If I remember correctly, it was those two. So yeah,
of newspaper fame.
See,
Two news people,
both
different paths.
Serious actual journalists. So, you know.
Yeah, I think War Thunder sent a couple of our people before for BRB, if I remember rightly.
Sounds like a thing, maybe.
Is it War Thunder that do World of Tanks? I should know. It was plastered all over this Gamescom.
No, War Thunder is the other game that the developers of World of Tanks do, which is...
Okay, so what's the company? It doesn't really matter. Anyway,
I'll Google it while you do stuff.
Gamescom happened, and as we know, since the days of E3, before that went under, more like the kind of COVID times, we started with the Opening Night Live, or ONL, which is Jeff Keighley, the clown prince of advertising that he is, gets involved, and he goes on stage and...
Why is he the clown prince of advertising?
So, well, I was going to say...
Wargaming
I heard someone...
is
Wargaming, thank you. I heard someone refer to him as the Dorito Pope, and I went, I don't like that. I think we need to broaden it out to all the other advertising that he does, and I like the clown prince of advertising. I think that's quite good. Okay. But yes, he stands on stage and goes, look at all these games, and kind of like Summer Game Fest, I've found that Jeff Keighley's anything that Jeff Keighley does, it could be the Game Awards, it could be the Summer Games Fest, it could be Opening Night Live. He has the same issue of E3 with all the different the main headline acts. If it was a Nintendo or a PlayStation or an Xbox, they seem to be kind of curated in such a way to go, you know, hype basically.
Yeah.
Whereas Keighley seems to go, what have we got? Just throw it all at that and stick some adverts in between everything.
He did say at the start of the presentation, or at some point in the presentation, that E3 hadn't died, it just moved to Germany, and I'm like, no, it died, dude. Like it's not the same when you're not having the major publishers come out and make all their announcements.
But that said, I know there was once again. I think it could be E3, it could be Gamescom, it could be opening any of these things. Everyone complains. Nintendo Direct, everyone complains. Yeah. I think there was some nice stuff here. Not a huge amount that I'm massively overly hyped for, but there was a lot of stuff that we already knew about. But there were some things that caught me by surprise.
I thought
Tim,
it was okay. Like, I don't, just going on the surface level first, I think it was okay. I think there was some all right stuff in there. There was a lot of like, and now Call of Duty stuff, and you're like, everyone knows about Call of Duty, but I think especially when he's talking about E3 and then talking about this, like, this pales in comparison to the buzz that you used to get from E3 of everyone doing their own thing, and then being like big third-party publishers that are also kind of announcing stuff as well. And like, I just don't know if we're ever going to get back to that point. I know he's trying to emulate that in some way, but it doesn't seem to hit with the same kind of power that it used to, basically.
The hype is missing, I find. Like, I mean, with us, when we used to cover E3, it was like a big event, multi-day. Sometimes we'd be on the streams and we'd have a live chat going, and we'd be posting all the trailers and you know, doing all that stuff, or the live chat on the website when we used to have that kind of thing going. The big podcast, we do the 3-4 hour podcast we put out, like all that stuff. It's not really the hype with this, but I did go through, I did post every single trailer on BigRedBarrel.com. You can go check them out. So we did go for Opening Night Live. We did watch some things. Tim, do you want to grab a title and let's chat about it?
Well, let's go with my headline of the whole thing, just because it's the game I'm most looking forward to this year. And that is
I'm interested. I was going to say, I'm interested to see what you're most hyped about from this lineup, and I think it's going to be very different to what I'm most hyped about. But yes, Ghost of Yotai. Is it Yotai or Yoti?
Yotai, I believe.
Okay, I'll go with that.
But yeah, right. It didn't give us too much more information from the trailer in terms of the major single-player portion of the game. But it was nice, and the major announcement here was that the Legend stuff is coming back. Again, not going to be available at launch, but I'm not too bothered about that. I meant to keep on going back to the Legend stuff in the first one and never quite made it, and so I'm determined to actually do that this time. But I obviously want to put some time into the single-player game first and foremost. But, yeah, like, there's nothing of this game that doesn't make me, like, my jaw hit the floor and it look absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm a bit hesitant just because I love the first game so much, and I don't want this to spoil that in any way. But I don't think it is. I think it's going to deliver like a similar breadth of experience and kind of build on what they kind of bought before, and then give something a little bit new. And it just looks amazing, like visually, particularly. Like it looks absolutely stunning.
I'm finding there's points with the trailers, especially when they go for the big open shots of the surrounding areas and stuff. Like I can see just on closer inspection a bit of crushing to the like the overall look of it, and I'm hoping that's just compression of the video.
I assume that is the case, yeah.
Not what's to be expected of the full game itself, but I know you love Ghost of Tsushima so much. Like that was one of your favorite games of the PS4 era. And or PS5 because they brought it forward, but I like what they've done and the idea of, okay, we're going to build on the game mechanics, but we've separated it. Like it's a time skip, it's a different area. We're not going. This isn't the full sequel. I still find it very funny that the setup of this story is Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's the exact same story, same premise, same opening, which I know has come from movies and things, Kurosawa films in the past, but I do find that very funny. By the way, one of the most successful games of this year in Europe, apparently. Assassin's Creed Shadows did very well.
I mean, it is a classic revenge story, which is very kind of, very much a classic Japanese movie trope, or just in general kind of story trope from history. But it kind of lends itself well to video games, so you can kind of understand that being the case. But yeah, the Legend stuff is all the multiplayer stuff for anyone that doesn't know, and yeah, that looks cool. They haven't given full details yet, but it's coming next year, and they've got some of the details out there. So
yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be like the last time. So this, if you don't know, the game will release. It'll have your big story single player mode, and then in 2026 they'll do a free update, and they'll go, okay, here's your cooperative mode, which I think was 4-player in the last game.
Yeah.
4-player co-op, so I'm assuming it's the same again with this one. But yeah, it's cool that they do that. And going back to Assassin's Creed Shadows, they're going to do a co-op mode for that at some point. I'm looking forward to that. I like that game. All right, cool. So goes to Yoto.
What was your top pick?
Mate, you are not going to believe it. There was a little game that caught my eye called Long Gone.
Oh,
and
right. Yeah,
it's
that's a little pixelated one.
A very
I did think
beautiful...
of you when I saw this, to be fair.
Yeah, it's pixel art, but it's that kind of 2D on a 3D scope, so it looks like a beautiful 2D game, but it's the way it's set up. It's very cool. It has that kind of Last of Us environment, post-apocalyptic type, overgrown city where the nature has reclaimed, which I like that aesthetic. But it's a point and click looking game, which also I really, really like because I am a child of the 90s and the 80s. So big fan of this.
It does really, also look like it's comedy related, that I think appeals to you as well, no?
Yeah, my favorite game of all time is Monkey Island 2, and that's one of the funniest video games I think has ever been created. So I like the idea of a comedy, a post-apocalyptic game.
And it does look like the bastard son of Monkey Island and The Last of Us. The Last of Us Monkey Island.
It has a lot of that over-exaggerated animated. It's the proportions are correct. The characters are correct. It looks like it's going to be serious, but then it does that same kind of thing. I don't know if you remember Monkey Island, there's the boat salesman, Stan, and whenever he talks, he kind of throws his arms all over the place. It's got that exaggerated animation style to it, which I really like. So, yes, I will be looking out for Long Gone and picking that up at some point. I really like the look of that. Tim, you want to grab another one? We're going to do as many of these as we can.
Okay, now... one that I'm unsure about, but I kind of like the look, and I saw Outside Xbox do a big expose on them getting hands-on with it, and it's Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
The one I don't have a video for.
Yes.
That's interesting. So, have you played Vampire the Masquerade?
I did not. I never played the original,
Okay.
so I didn't care about it until I saw what they were doing and saw, as I said, Outside Xbox going into it a little bit and detailing it. And it's a game that's been stuck in development hell for ages, which is always a bad sign. I played the Vampire the Masquerade. I can't remember what the VR version. So that kind of dipped my toe into the waters, into the world. And also, I had someone I was friends with, but through Tabletop Tuesday, he's come to Tabletop Tuesday, he used to be a regular there, and he was absolutely mad for Vampire the Masquerade. Like, bought them like big board game when that came to Kickstarter. Like, was that so? Like when I saw this, I was a bit more interested in it because of his absolute passion for the game. And I know Kev likes this universe and is
Kev is a huge fan of Masquerade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So other people's love of the game has made me more curious about this than I otherwise would be, possibly. But I was actually quite impressed from what I saw from the game. It looks like it's doing an interesting thing. I think Kev will like this particularly as well because it looks very much like Dishonored with vampires in Seattle. Sleepless in Seattle with Dishonored Sleepless in Seattle. But it kind of, you've got like good like vampire powers and interesting stuff where you're like blowing people up and boiling their blood and all this type of stuff.
As you do.
Yeah, as you do. But the traversal look quite cool. Like it seems like you need to, the Masquerade being that you have to kind of keep your vampire powers hidden from the world. Otherwise, you get exposed and kind of, there's a meter for like how much people are paying attention to what you're doing. So you can jump up and go across rooftops as long as no one's looking, kind of thing. And you can, feast on people, but you have to keep that hidden from the other people in the environment and stuff like that. So yeah, it looks like it's got some interesting mechanics. The combat looks fun. There's by the looks of it, different vampire classes and stuff as well. So the only thing is, I think it was this game where people were saying that some of the classes are hidden behind a paywall, so you have to pay extra for them. So that's a bit of a... Yeah, I don't like that too much. But there is apparently 4 starting classes.
Modern gaming.
And then, 2 of them are hidden behind an extra paywall. But yeah, like, as I said, it was a game that I was semi-curious about just because other people are so passionate about the first one that I know they've been waiting years for this. And it's been stuck in development hell, so I was interested in it from that perspective. But having actually seen the gameplay, I'm a bit more interested because it looks quite cool. It's coming out this October apparently as well, so in time for Halloween. So yeah, as I said, I'm still a bit wary, and I'll kind of keep an eye on it and see how it reviews. But if this came to like Game Pass or PlayStation or something, I could see me happily downloading it and playing it. But I might wait until that's the case.
Shall I try get the original running on a Steam Deck?
That sounds like a bad idea.
Would you be interested in that, Tim?
No, probably not.
But you won't get the full scope of the story.
When watching this as well, though, I saw footage of the first one, and it looks terrible. Yeah. I don't understand why people love that game.
It's an old PC game, Tim.
Right, but from how it was explained, I think in the Outside Xbox presentation, like it was a game that came out on Unreal Engine like after Half-Life and before people really knew what they were doing with the engine, and it showed. Right. Apparently.
I see.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I never played the original. I just know funny cutscenes and wonky acting and stuff online that I've seen over the years, and the hidden endings, the comedy endings, which I always like when games throw those in. Tim, I'm gonna list you off a new game as well.
Okay. Yep.
Another new game, Dench Attack, I think it's called. Which
that weird.
I saw this
thing.
and I thought of you. Yes,
I thought of John Brady, but yeah.
It's a train game with a difference. It's a
train
Tony Hawk game. Yeah, it looks like Jet Set Radio. It plays like Tony Hawk. That's such a cool idea. I really, really like this. Rather
it's
than
dumb,
a
but
Tony
great.
Hawk,
I'm in.
Yeah. rather than a Tony Hawk where you're going on kind of like an open area and you have it looks like you're well to coin a phrase, it looks like you're on rails, Tim, and then you're kind of doing your style attacks and things through that. So it looks
Jet set, train set,
train set.
jet.
There's got to be
train
something in there.
set.
Okay, we'll work it out. We'll workshop this backstage.
Yeah.
Looks awesome. Just bizarre.
Very strange, but I like it. I'm in.
Yeah, that's two very stylistic looking things that I liked the look of. You got another one for me, Tim? As I pull up my videos.
I'm going to pull up one of the things that was a surprise. There's a few other things that I like that we already knew about, but one that was a nice surprise that I don't even know exactly what this is because they didn't really detail it, but John Carpenter's Toxic Commando.
Excellent.
Yes.
John Carpenter's been John Carpenter. They've been speaking to him for a while, trying to get him involved in a game in some form or another. Usually since like the Halloween films came back, and he's been kind of involved in.
Didn't he do stuff with the Thing game when that came out as well? Because they had
back in the original back in the original Xbox days, I think his name was attached to that in some form. And he's mentioned to like wanting to work with Hideo Kojima for one. So I was very surprised when it's like, hey, John Romero's put his name on a game. What is it?
Not Romero.
Sorry, John Carpenter's put his name on a game. What is it? It is a bizarre looking kind of Left 4 Dead 4-player co-op zombie insane game.
With vehicles. The thing that right, it looks silly and it looks fun, but the thing that gives me a bit more faith that it will probably be put together well and will probably play well is the fact that Saber Interactive are making it. Like that gives it a bit more credence in my book.
Bold.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing the Jurassic Park game as well, which I'm looking forward to. Yeah. Speaking of like John Carpenter, not on opening night live, but during Gamescom, they did announce that there's a new Halloween game in the works. So I wonder if that's going to be another one player is Mike Myers and the rest are different characters. See how that goes. I'm kind of getting sick of those. Okay, I should probably pick a game, and I won't. Do you know what? I'll go for the one that was kind of a surprise for some people. Black Myth Zhong Kuai, I think it's called.
Let's say yes.
Tim, you played Black Myth Wukong, didn't you?
I did not.
Oh, I thought you... Wait, did I play it? I think I played it.
If you own it, I would like to play it, but I did not play it.
No, it's on Game Pass, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, but it played really badly on the S, so I didn't bother continuing
I think that's
with
what
it.
I heard as well, so I didn't bother. Right.
Yeah. Okay. But yes, there's a sequel to that. It's just a pre-rendered trailer. There's no game footage or anything at the moment.
I hear very good things, and that was an impressive-looking big tiger.
That tiger looked awesome. And I'm comparing that to Ezekiel's tiger from Walking Dead.
Well, I am assuming that was a big tiger, not little people. Like this tiger is far away.
Big tiger.
This tiger is close up. But I assume
big tiger.
I assume it's a big tiger.
Very big tiger, Tim.
But also, this is some way off by the sounds of things. They're just announcing that it exists. I'm also confused because from the sound of it, this isn't a sequel to the first game, and there still is a sequel to the first game coming out.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, interesting. So, Black Myth, and then it all exists within that world, but different stories.
Yes, from what I heard,
anthology.
The first game is the story of the journey to the West, which is a classic Chinese tale, and then that has not concluded and will continue. And this is a different game in the same universe, I believe. So and a different person that it's based on,
and a big tiger,
and a big tiger, big old tiger,
big tiger. He's
big
great.
Old tiger. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great. Right, I'm gonna nick one of your ones now, Coleman. There's one I'm definitely leaving for you because it's got your name all over it. But one that I'm very excited about, possibly the most excited on all of these games apart from Ghost of Yotai, is Onimusha Way of the Sword.
Oh damn! I thought that one would have my name all over it. Yeah, I'm currently playing the classic games to get up to this point. Yeah, looks bizarre. Looks lovely. I love the creativity of the demons in these games.
Yeah.
And now we have the sort of cutting edge graphics. It just heightens that eerie, bizarre nature. That long necked thing was freaking me out.
And they showed off more of the actual sort of detail of the cutting and the fact that you can actually slice people in a particular direction and they'll actually, the body will fall at that point. Like graphically, it looks good, but they also talked about it from a gameplay perspective that it's not a Souls-like game, that it is a straight up action RPG type thing, or an
it's
action
Onimusha
game at least. And yeah, making it in keeping with the old game, but it just looks like it's going to be more of a linear experience and a more crafted experience. And I think there is much more room for that than other things at the moment. So I think that was a good choice to stick to the original formula rather than trying to shoehorn it into an open world Souls-like game, which they could have done and which I like.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with. There's Wu Chang that I really enjoyed recently, but I'm glad this is taking a different approach because that makes me look forward to it more. Whereas otherwise, I might be a bit worn out with it.
I mean, yeah, I've spoken about this before, especially when we did it was Ninja Gaiden 2 that came to the remaster came to Game Pass earlier in the year. I'm a little bit burnt out on Souls-likes, and I do miss my traditional hack and slashes. However, Onimusha is not a hack and slash. It's kind of a weird point between Resident Evil and Devil May Cry, which I learned from a man called Rick when we were talking about it before, that Onimusha was a spin-off to Resident Evil, that they went, this isn't that, let's retool this and it's its own thing. So the original games were the Resident Evil tank controls mixed with like a very slowed down prototype of what would later become a Devil May Cry, but more strategic. There's blocking and parrying and being careful with the way you do things.
And the blocking looks so good in the game. It looks amazing.
Know. These games are great.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. I should hurry up and finish 2, and then I don't think there's I don't think they've not announced any plans to remake 3 or 4. So I might have to jump into the old emulation tricks there.
Okay.
Yes. Let's pick another one, and I'm surprised you didn't jump into this one, Tim. But He-Man and the Masters of the Universe,
that's gonna be
Dragon
my next
Pearl
pick.
of Destruction. Madness.
Yeah.
I love that they started this out with the toys.
Right, as a child of the 80s, they were definitely playing this up to me. Like I had all the He-Man toys, He-Man, Battle Cat. I didn't have like the big Castle of Grayskull and all that type of stuff.
I did.
But yeah, I had all the like action figures mostly, like, and Skeletor, and don't think I had Skeletor's Panther, but anyway. But yeah, like this looks like a it's not Final Fight is a good kind of thing, but the actual one I was going for, a Golden Axe, was the one I was trying to remember. It looks like a take on Golden Axe in the modern kind of slightly pixelated kind of graphics, but yeah, in the kind of Streets of Rage for the new age, as you would say, Coleman. And yeah, like I'm down for this scrolling beat 'em up with He-Man. I'm like, this feels like it's a game that should be a remake. You know what I mean? Like this should have happened already. Like this game should have been made before.
Yeah,
and has not been. Yeah, so
we've not had that many He-Man games for such a huge IP, and the ones that did exist, it was the technology of the time, and they weren't great. So, like, we're talking Commodores.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see something.
I don't remember a good He-Man game, so yeah, hopefully this is it.
I would love, like, because we've had a few He-Man reboots now. I'm not a big fan of the modern versions, but there was a point in the early 2000s. Well, I'm not a big fan of the Netflix ones, but we had the kind of Japanese influence ones in the early 2000s, where it was a very serious take on He-Man. If we had that made into like a big scale RPG, I'd be up for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But the just to go back to the Netflix things, the one that was made by what's the name, Mr. Smith,
Kevin Smith.
The one that was made by Kevin Smith got all the headlines. It wasn't the
Yes.
good He-Man series. The other one is better.
No, it
Even
was
though
the one after it.
The animation style isn't as good, but the actual story is way better.
Yeah, I did watch the second one.
Hmm.
I was surprised by that one as well because I
Yeah.
thought it was a continuation of the first one. It was
Yeah,
very
it was a
odd
bit
and weird
confusing.
and all over
But
the
yeah,
place.
yeah.
Wasn't bad. Okay, let's grab another one from this bucket pool we have here. I am gonna go with. I've accidentally scrolled up by mistake. Oh, it was your turn.
Never scroll
anyway.
up.
My scroll wheel was broken on my mouse.
Didn't
Sad
you just
times.
pick one? Isn't it me?
Yeah, I know, but
Okay.
you kind of led on that one, so I think I should get a
Okay.
do-over.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight, Tim.
See, that's the one I was saying had your name in it, Coleman. It's Batman. That's you.
I'm not big into the Lego games. I like
doesn't
the
matter,
idea
it's
of
Batman.
them, but then they got very samey after a while. However, the I was going to say the last game, but that would be Horizon, and that wasn't very good. The one before that, where we had the Star Wars game, that was really, really good. They added a lot of stuff to, they mixed up the formula and they made a very enjoyable game, which everyone probably owns now because they've given it away on PlayStation Plus and everything. So this is going back to that format, and we've done a lot with Batman already. We've seen a lot with Batman already. This is a turn I did not think they would do.
Yeah.
They're making family-friendly versions of the Dark Knight trilogy and Robert Pattinson's The Batman.
But also, it seems like it's literally lifted combat from the Arkham series as well. Like,
Yeah. They make a point of showing the explosive gel bat symbol thing that's from Arkham.
and so yeah, like it seems like a almost best of Batman
Yeah.
in a Lego form, and yeah, I'm down for that. That seems good.
The kind of standout thing that I didn't think everyone would take away from this is the voice of Bane is Matt Berry.
Yes, that's great.
What an excellent choice.
Yeah.
What a lovely, lovely singing voice. I could have done that. Family-friendly versions of the Batman. I did not see that coming this year. So let's see how that goes.
Seems like it's got multiple Batmobiles to keep you happy as well.
Do you like multiple Batmobiles? Okay. What else? You can pick one now, Tim. I'm sorry I had to jump that in.
That's fine. I'll let you go in there because yeah, that was good. Anyway, so one that it's on my radar. I'm a bit dubious about it, but I kind of like the look of it. Is Kronos: The New Dawn?
Ah, a good choice. A horror.
Yeah, gives me some very, very Dead Space vibes in a good way.
I think that's intentional. Yeah.
I mean, kind of. Yeah, I definitely see what they're going for there.
Which is good because the last time we had the spiritual successor to a Dead Space game, it didn't go too well. I've completely forgotten the name of that has escaped me completely. But yeah, interesting looking third person survival shooting type game. Very body horror, Alien, The Thing type inspirations, Dead Space inspirations, like just all the cool things you want from a horror sci-fi game. Yeah, we had a couple of horrors this year with this, and I won't go into Silent Hill F, which we've already seen previously. I feel last year we had a lot more horrors just randomly pop up, and this one was like the horror that popped up. Yeah. Oh, very, very, very droll, Tim.
The Callisto Protocol is the one you were trying to.
That's the one, Callisto Protocol, with the woman from The Boys.
That can't be a thing.
I couldn't tell you the actress or the character's name off the top of my head, so there we go. Well, I couldn't tell you the game's name off the top of my head.
If
I've
they're
forgotten
all
it already,
boys,
Tim.
Why is one of them a woman, Coleman? That makes no sense. Anyway.
It's one of the lads, isn't it? It's one of the lads.
but yeah, I don't know about you. Like it, right? It does give some very Dead Spacey vibes, and you said a bit of the thing, but it does seem to be doing enough of its own thing that it looks interesting. As I said, I'm not rushing out to pre-order it now, but again, a bit like Vampire the Masquerade, it's one that could be a good Halloween-y type game for this kind of Halloween period, and I will put it on my radar, see what the reviews drop like, see what I'm fancying, and but may end up waiting for it to hit one of the services rather than paying for it. But I'm curious anyway. Curious enough to keep an eye on it.
Curiouser and curiouser is Mr. Tim Hibbs. Okay. I don't have a video for this one because I don't want to get stung by Crunchyroll. But I was very interested by the idea of Sekiro No Defeat, which is an anime version of Sekiro. The subtitle of that I've completely forgotten as well, but that's one of my favorite. Shadows Die Twice. Thank you. You only live twice. Shadows Die Twice.
You only shadow twice.
Yeah, which is that's the From Software Activision title that I really, really enjoyed. It's probably because it's more fast paced. It's one of my favorite.
I really need to play that. It's one of the top of my pile of shame that I don't own. But yeah.
Tim, sorry, I need to take a break and cut this bit out because I really need the toilet. Sorry, listeners.
Okay.
I'm very sorry about this.
Do you want me to fill for time, or should I just?
How about you talk about flipping Fallout Season 2, Tim? Because then you can give your opinions and I don't get in trouble.
That sounds good. Okay, let's
back
do that. So Fallout Season 2. I don't know how many people out there. I guess most people watched it if you're a fan of this, especially if you're a fan of the original games. But yeah, it takes the universe, doesn't necessarily take all of its cues from the original games. But I did think the first television series was absolutely fantastic. Really well made, really well acted. Obviously, the main actor and actress are really well cast. Although the general series is pretty well cast, and I think they did a really good job of making that interesting and intriguing for the fans, but also making it accessible for anyone that hadn't played the games and didn't know the story. My other half is not a gamer at all, and she really liked it as well. It's just a fun universe to tell stories in, and they're just telling a different story. Season 2, as I think they'd already kind of alluded to, taking place in Los Angeles. And that's obviously taking a few keys from Fallout New Vegas, which is a game that I haven't actually played, but is very highly rated by fans of the Fallout series in general. And I think that's one of the ones that people actually, even though it was made by a separate studio, Obsidian, that are now making the Outer Worlds 2.
Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah, that seems like it seems to be a fan favorite, and so I think there'll be lots of nods and references to that. But again, just taking the series to Las Vegas, I think will be fun and interesting, and I'd like to see where they went from the first season, which I thought was brilliant. They did a very bad job of pretending they weren't going to show footage on stage and then showed footage. But other than that, really looking forward to it. I think that should be great.
Cool. Thank you, Tim. From what you were saying as well, my partner also doesn't play video games and really, really like that series as well. So I haven't told her about Season 2's release date yet, so I should let her know that. She'll be very excited. Thank you for vamping, Tim. That means I don't have to edit part of the show out, which is helpful for me.
Apparently, though, it's going to a weekly format rather than all at once.
I thought I saw something along the lines of they're going to do like 2 episodes at a time.
Okay.
The last one the last one wasn't all at once, was it? I think it's only Netflix that do that model.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on Prime it was done weekly.
Okay. I don't know. I think Prime did the whole thing previously.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's like it was a year ago and I've forgotten. Let's talk about another new game. Routine. This was the other big horror game that they showed off, and this one's more the. It looks more like environmental horror rather than the big gruesome body horror, but there are pursuing things after you. In this case, it seems like robots of some form or androids.
Robots.
Very kind of alien isolation with an emphasis on the using the graphics to kind of replicate the how would you call it, retro future tech, where it's that VHS grain and static added to it, which I like. As an effect, I really like that. There's a game called Body Cam, which I don't think's actually come out yet, but I've seen clips of it before. Cool. But it uses that distortion to kind of mask that you're looking at a video game and make things look more realistic. And there are some modes in this where it does have that kind of realism. Like the water effects look really good when they're kind of sloshing around the corner. But yeah, this you have your gun, you have a camera on the gun with a very low grade kind of camera to it. And you have to you can use that to take photos of the dark to see if use the quick flash to see if there's anything around you. But yeah, has that alien isolation. Something's pursuing you. Something can kill you. Very scary looking thing. I like all that. That looks like something I'm going to enjoy. Can't wait.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Got another one? Talk to me about Zero Parodies. I remember liking the look of it, but I don't remember what the hell it is. Is that the one by the people that did the sound studio, I think, yeah?
Disco Elysium.
That's the one. I never played it, but it was very highly thought of, apparently.
So all's been quiet since the release of Disco Elysium, and it seems to be that there was a kind of split behind the scenes, one creator staying and one creator going. So it was more of a sort of, hey, look, there's something that isn't Disco Elysium that they're actually putting out.
Yeah.
We haven't got any gameplay or anything at all. We've just got a very creepy looking pre-rendered trailer. I just kind of wanted to throw it in to sort of go, look, they're doing something.
Yes, but it's a bit weird because most of the people that made Disco Elysium have now left the studio.
Yes.
They've splintered off into two different groups and left behind whoever's remaining there. But yeah, it'd be weird to see how that comes out and if it's as interesting.
But it's weird, yeah. The bulk of the trailer is pre-rendered. Then there are a lot of flickers of concept art, and then there's a very small snippet of gameplay in there. A couple, like 3 different shots, I think there. And it's that isometric view. It's the hand-drawn style. It looks like Disco Elysium in tones of style. So I think that's going to be enough, and because they can go from the studio that brought you Disco Elysium, that will be enough of a cachet to get this one popular enough on release. I'll be interested to see what they do, because Disco Elysium, it continues, every time I go back to that game, it continues to surprise me. It is a very well written game. It's a very interesting game. It's that kind of thing of what were we talking about recently? Baldur's Gate 3. It's that thing of you don't realize how many different ways that game can splinter off and be played in different ways. It's an RPG in every turn of the sense. So sense of the phrase. So I really, really am interested in that kind of thing, and I've been meaning to go and do another Disco Elysium playthrough, maybe on a stream in the future. Who knows? Tim.
Yep.
You look like you're concentrating on something, so I'm going to give you something else to concentrate on.
Okay.
Another game.
Yeah.
Let's talk about looking down my list. Oh, this one was interesting because I thought this oozed with style. It's called Neverness to Everness.
I don't remember a thing about it.
Right.
This is right. Yes, that one. Right. Okay.
So I'm not big into the whole anime games scene, but I was really interested by the style of this, and then put off because it's a free to play game that's coming to PC.
Gacha game.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate. But this is like an open world anime style game that's got fighting and driving and all these kind of things. Like, what is this game? Why does it look so cool? I want to try it, but I really don't like doing free-to-play games because I may have a problem with microtransactions and not being able to control myself.
A bit too much watching a woman's butt wobble for my
I'm not too bothered about that. If the game's good, I don't really care about the sexualization. Okay. Like, Stellar Blade's an excellent game, and you guys really poo-pooed on the sexual nature of that game.
I don't mind a little bit of it. Like, Bayonetta is my limit, I think, and Stellar Blade went the other side of my limit, I think. So there we go. although both games are fun to play, I think, yeah, there's a point that you can go past that makes me feel uncomfortable, and I think that was it. But yeah, before we go much further and talking about being uncomfortable, but also a game that I think we should talk about because it was definitely one of the headline games of the presentation, is Resident Evil Requiem.
Yes, let's make this one the last game because I'm looking at the clock.
Yes.
But yes, Resident Evil Requiem, we already knew this existed. Little bit of gameplay, not a huge amount of gameplay in sense of like what you're coming up against. We only saw the one bad guy. It was more like atmospheric tone. Walking around a big mansion with a torch and a gun and looking around and seeing things. And then I'm going to cut the video off before it happens, but horrific thing happens.
Yes.
Which I don't want to put on our stream.
I believe the environment they're actually in this bit, because they talked about it in one of the other presentations we saw before, is that something horrible happened in a hotel, and I believe it's the hotel that you're going back to in the environment. So I think this is actually a hotel that it's taking place in rather than a mansion. But yeah, just a point of order.
Yes. I have no problem with the gore, by the way. It's more like I don't want to get our video flagged for
YouTube
stuff.
Not so much.
I'm always confused about the rules of YouTube, but yeah, it continues to look cool. The RE engine is an impressive thing. I really like the first person Resident Evil games. I like that it's continuing. We didn't get to see Leon. That kind of got spoiled a little while ago. Leon Kennedy's in this game. Not the hitman from the Luc Besson films. It's I'll be picking this one up. You played the previous two but didn't finish them, right? Because you had them for VR.
Yes,
right.
In both cases, and I really enjoyed them. It's one of those things I meant to go back to and finish and just never got round to. I really like the story presentation type things. I think they're doing it in first and third person, and I don't know if that hints to the fact that it might be that get VR support at some stage. I will certainly be more interested if it does. But yeah, like you can't deny that it looks fantastic and looks good and has a lot of fans. So I think it's worth us definitely talking about. But yeah, not necessarily high up on either of our personal lists, I believe. No.
Do you think the the bad guy that we see in this one, who bags and tags the guy, is that our big bad guy? Is that our Lady Demiscru?
Apparently, yes. He acts like Mr. X or Lady Demiscru.
Oh no, he was very uninteresting. He's just very violent.
Well, but apparently he's got weird legs.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and can break through ceilings and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, fine.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe it'll impress me the further we go on.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's a good chunk of Gamescom opening night live, so we'll leave it there. And I think we should call that a show. But before we do, Tim, let me tell you about a little place where we like to sell merchandise.
You want to go?
Sorry, I'm pulling up
no?
Okay. I'm doing things at the same time while I'm talking, so I'm kind of vamping. Let me tell you about our merch. It is available on Dashery. We have a Dashery store, but there's a handy link to get to it. It's bigredbarrel.com/store. If you go there, take you to our merch page. You can pick up T-shirts. You can pick up mugs. You can pick up stickers. You can pick up any of the things that our old friend here, Mr. Timothy Kenneth James Hibbs, has deemed appropriate to sell on the Dashery store. You can support the website. You can support the show. Go and do it. Do it now. Speaking of things you should do now, well, you shouldn't do this now. You should do it on a Tuesday, because Tuesday is a Tuesday.
It is indeed. And each and every Tuesday we do an event called Tabletop Tuesday at the Loading Bar in Stoke Newington. Now, this Tuesday, Coleman, is one not to be missed.
Tell me all about it.
Possibly, not only, like last week, is it a video game property, but it's possibly the biggest prize we've ever given away at Tabletop Tuesday.
Okay.
Biggest. Physically largest. Possibly
an arcade machine.
No. Better than that, Coleman. It is based on the popular video game Apex Legends. And it's the Apex Legends miniatures game. It's absolutely massive. Looks quite complicated, but quite cool. It's a huge box, massive game. It's a like full miniatures game with all the little characters in and stuff, and looks absolutely awesome. So that should be a good prize for this week. If you're interested in coming along, you can check. There are more details on the right-hand side of BigRedBarrel.com. Not on the live show, but by the time you're seeing this back, hopefully it will have got details up. But yeah, so details will be on the right-hand side of BigRedBarrel.com. There's a button that's marked Tabletop Tuesday. You can press it for more information. Or you can join our meetup group, search for Tabletop Tuesday on meetup.com. Join our over 2,250 members and come join us there with the highest rated board game group on meetup.com. Or you can just come along to Tabletop Tuesday at the Loading Bar in Stoke Newington this here Tuesday and win yourself a massive prize of Apex Legends, the board game. Looks great.
Tabletop Tuesday, the Loading Bar in Stoke Newington. Get there for some Apex Legends miniatures. Pretty cool. Is this bigger than that? What was it? What was the one? You had some kind of miniatures game.
It's
that
bigger
you were
than
assembling over
everything.
here.
Bigger than everything.
This is the biggest prize you've ever done.
Yeah, it's huge.
Wow.
Massive.
Okay, so if you're going, maybe take some big jiffy, like those big IKEA carry bags, just in case.
This is how big it is, Coleman. You know,
get yourself a tractor trailer.
You know the big red barrel bags that we got, particularly when we were selling board games and game away, and you can fit multiple board games in that bag. Yeah, 2 to 3 like full size board games. It is too big for that bag.
Oh no,
too big for our big red bags, Coleman.
So I'm talking about those IKEA big bags, you know, the blue ones.
That's a fine size. That's
you should probably pick some of those up. Yeah, just in case you win it.
Yeah.
Good. I'm sure if you ask very nicely and you win, that they could hold the game at the bar for you and come back.
No, it's too big.
Trailer.
Like they'd have to charge you rental for the space that you're taking.
Oh wow.
Up.
Oh no.
Yeah.
If you've enjoyed this show, you've got weird taste, but we love you all the same. How about you go to BigRedBarrel.com? That's where we keep this show. That's where we keep a lot of things, like all the trailers from Gamescom. Go there, read things, do stuff, check out the show, find links to our social media. It's all available on BigRedBarrel.com. And there's a link to our Discord. Go to the Discord, which has also a handy link called BigRedBarrel.com/Discord. Go there, ask us things.
Not
Discord.
Discord.
No. Go there. We have Steam games to give away. We have sections for questions, and we have sections for game nights, and lots of things available over on BigRedBarrel.com/Discord. I think that's everything.
Absolutely everything.
I do apologise. My voice appears to be going partway through this show, which is just in time for a bank holiday weekend.
Oh, good.
So good. Anything else, Tim? Got any plans? Plans for bank holiday?
I've just remembered that I'm actually in a store showdown at Leisure Games on Saturday. That's the thing I was distracted with before. I was checking. Am I in that? I think I bought a ticket. And yeah, I did apparently pay for that last month and forgot about it. So yeah, that's one thing. And my missus has been on holiday for a bit. She's coming back on Friday. So we'll just probably chill out Sunday and Monday.
Nice. I'm going to Portsmouth. Well,
it's a silly place to go.
I'm going to Gosport and Portsmouth. So, you know, mostly Gosport.
Nah, I wouldn't bother.
Got to see my family.
Nah.
Spend some quality time together. Okay.
Also no.
Well, I hope all of our listeners and viewers enjoy their bank holiday weekend. I hope you're... this is Portsmouth, actually. I think you'll find.
Okay. Okay.
Although it's a view of Portsmouth, so technically I could... Well, I think if I've got the lining right, I'm in the dockyards of Portsmouth, looking out. Yeah, that makes sense. I hope you all enjoy your bank holiday weekend. I hope you're not working and you get some lovely time off. Enjoy your 3-day weekends. Until next time, it is bank holiday. I'm not going mad, am I? I've made all this up.
I mean, both can be true, Coleman. It can be a bank holiday and you're going mad.
Thank you for listening to BRB UK, episode 648. Until next time, dear listeners, dear viewers, I have been Coleman.
I might have been Tim. It's possible.
Dan has
not been Dan.
He's not been Dan. I can't think of anything funny. He's been doing Tony Hawk on a train. Until next time, dear listeners and viewers, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Oh God, it's playing twice.
Boring.
Dan's a fantastic man.
Oh no, you've rediscovered the soundboard.
Thing sucks.
By Grandpa's hammer, what a savings.
That one. That one.
I love that story.
I can't find the one.
No,
Oh, I moved it. There it is.
Worst episode ever.
Good.
it's not officially an episode until we've heard that.
We have to hear that at the end. It's the Dan tradition.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's no Dan. We have no Dan, but we do have
No
a
Dan's today.
soundboard. We have a that one. We have a that one.
Mhm.
We have a that one. That one. That one. That one. Oh, that was it.
What about actual Dan?
My name's Daniel. I'm 14
Christ, it's
years
loud.
old. I burned
Yeah.
Chrissy up in the first round, and the rest of you are going to be left eating my dust.
Why
Eating
did
my
he-
dust.
Burn some
Eating
poor
my
young
dust.
girl.
All right, we're off the show now. This is just
Right,
the
yeah.
little green room bit now. We'd like to do a little post show. I'm thinking for the next 30 seconds thing, I'm actually going to
Yeah.
get the footage of him playing the game against Chrissy.
Right. Cool.
We get
nice.
to see him burn Chrissy up in the first round. Maybe add some effects in, set her on fire, throw some dust particles. Thanos snap her out. Nom nom, eat that dust.
Rawr.
I'll probably just do the game showdown. None of that special effects stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll have the finished version out later, possibly tomorrow morning.
The finished version.
Yeah, I go in, I fix the audio, I make the video
Finished
a lot more
subtitles. Or
high polished.
do you actually put finish sound?
Finished, not finish.
Oh, okay.
Entropy!
Added a bit of echo to that. Can you tell?
Yes. Got Dan saying some. Well, me and Dan both saying some weird stuff over the years.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've got nothing you say.
Filing the holes.
Nothing weird that you say.
You cannot resist the dicks.
Everything you've clipped out of me is sexual.
What are you talking
Come
about?
in my love
Don't clip
cupboard.
that either.
How's that sexual?
All right, I'll probably just have a flicking session.
See, even when it's not sexual, you've made it sexual.
What's the flicking sesh, Tim?
I don't know what else.
I'm not sure I can get my fist in it.
See,
Poke it out or pull it back in.
perfectly innocent wording taken out of context to make me sound silly.
Big old monocles.
I can't believe we
don't
didn't
think
make
you
time
realise-
to talk about Bobsy 4D, by the way, because that looked
I forgot about that.
awful.
it was
Absolutely
meant to.
terrible.
That's the joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's a funny joke.
Basically,
Yeah. Anyway, Tim lives in a Carry On film, and that's how I get all these sound clips.
With your missive dick.
This one's
Please
good.
stop it, Master. I do like the beatings, though.
Okay.
That's
That
enough
one's a
Dan
bit of a
for 1
cheat.
week.
I think that was from weird erotic fan fiction we all once sent.
Oh,
We acted it out once. It wasn't that erotic.
I mean that sounds that sounds terrible.
You
to
can
be
like
honest.
blast other people's balls. I have a treasure trove of wonders in my drawer here.
If I can edit that slightly so it says drawers.
Draws. Like, it was very close.
Where's the underpants one? I love the underpants one.
I
Very
now
good.
exclusively
That one's
podcast with a pair of underpants on my head.
Perfect. It's like he's still here. All right, guys, we're going to go as soon as I can find that thing that I like to play. Bye. bye. Say bye.